Conversations with Marc and Debbie, the mediums. Marc Stewart, the Scottish medium. Debbie Wolf, the smallest medium. Conversations on topical subjects. On subjects other mediums would not dare talk about, but we do. The Marc Stewart Medium Network, demonstrating, discussing, and training in Scottish-style mediumship. Hi, everybody.
Hello. It's her and me and her again.
It's us again, and it's Wednesday. So we're going to talk about some stuff. What are we talking about, Marc?
Essentially, can AI become self-aware? Now, we're just going to take it for granted that at some point AI will be self-aware.
Yeah.
When that happens, will it have a definable soul? And if it does have a soul, can it connect to the other side? Now, we're never going to know this until it all happens. So this is all theoretical, unless there's some big computer company like Google, Amazon, Netflix, Oracle that's sitting out there with some quantum computer. Oh, by the way, Britain's brilliant at quantum computers. We're way ahead of the rest of the world.
Of course, they're ahead of it with anything, according to Marc. Okay.
But put all of that together, I'm going to argue, because I'm a great science fiction fan, don't tell me that R2-D2 and C-3PO did not have souls.
I'm also a big science fiction fan, and of course they had souls. Okay. So that's... And did Data have a soul in Star Trek? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was fully functional. Absolutely fully functional. He said so himself in episode 2.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
So in those cases, in those situations, let's call it an artificial being. Does an artificial being have a soul? I believe the answer will be yes. Debbie doesn't believe that. So that's
I don't really think so. It depends on, I guess it depends on how advanced these beings get.
Right. Anyway, let's get the news done first.
Oh, yes. News and information. Put up the little thing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot going on just now.
There is.
Okay, so I suppose the first bit of news, Debbie, you were telling me earlier about your photo shoot.
Oh, yes. I just got selected to do a photo shoot with my cats. So I'm very excited about that. That'll be in January sometime.
More specifically, her cats.
My cats, of course, they wanted pets in the photos, and I said I have 6, but I can't bring them all.
Okay. Other bit of news. My wife and I will not be moving house in a week, but we get the keys to our new home in Peebles, subject to any final disasters between now and then, but it doesn't look like there will be, touch wood.
We're keeping fingers crossed.
At some point in the very near future, she and I will be relocating to the town of Peebles. Now, this kind of leads us into a bigger topic. You all know, I assume you all know, if you're watching this, the answer is you probably do know. We have a channel called Patreon, and we're producing a lot of content to go on Patreon. The idea is to have some self-produced content going up every day of the year. Now, as part of that, we are about to launch a new streamed exercise called Interviews with Debbie. Debbie, you want to tell us about that?
Yes, I'm going to start interviewing mediums about their work and their beliefs and their structure and how it differs from ours or is the same as ours. And we'll just see what happens. First interview is with Marc, of course.
I may be cheering with a baseball bat and hitting guest mediums over the head at the same time, but...
Now I'm going to kick him out, yeah.
I'll be the producer and everything else in the background in the chair.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe I'll be the interviewer. So we did one tonight. We're going to do, it needs a lot of editing because tonight was just play around, get the format. It was Debbie interviewing me madly.
Yes, and I was not prepared at all. So
yeah. So it was just a play around and get this working. Now you're going to ask, how does this get on? Right. So when I get down to Peebles, when I have relocated, which will be sometime between now and the end of January, I have been in I've been in conversations with a lot of people in and around Peebles about launching a spiritualist church, a real bona fide church. Now, this will not be part of our business. This is something that will be completely separate. But as yours truly will be the church medium until we find other mediums, and as yours, and I'm speaking to another medium, by the way, and as yours truly will be organizing it, I'm aiming to produce 2, maybe 3 bits of content twice or 3 times a week. First off, we will be either streaming the services or recording the services and then posting them. And it will be other mediums. Yes, I will do, probably when we get started, I will do the first couple of services to get up and running. But the whole point of this is we will get other Scottish mediums to come to the church to do the services. So you're going to see that it's not just me standing here saying, all us Scottish mediums. You're going to see more Scottish mediums. Second, there'll be a circle, which will obviously be recorded. Now, this will be have to be with the agreement of the circle members, but that'll be posted as well. And there's a couple of other bits and pieces that I'm thinking about that we might do with the church. So that'll be 2 items. We're doing 3 items a night here, and then we do the Sunday where we do whatever the event is, and we do the circle as well. But the development circle we've left off, but we're thinking about posting that as well when we get going. So the point is, between all of that, we'll have on this day the walks that you and I do on a Saturday. That we should be producing 2 or 3 nights a week, which will then space throughout the week. So all of that builds into the Patreon. So this is something I've been working on for a long time, but I'm too far away from being able to, from the location of being able to do it. We've got a premises. I've got some people that I'm talking to about getting it up and running. We'll be doing the advertising very soon. So I think that's pretty much about all the news at the minute. I can't think of anything else. Apart from the fact that you lost your election. Debbie was standing in Tennessee in this election.
The special election in District 7 that was so close. Yeah, I'm in District 7 in Tennessee, so I did vote, and made sure everybody I knew voted and offered to drive people to the polls and all that, but it wasn't enough. I live in deep red country, so. But we actually went up 13 points, so that Democrats did. So that's actually very good.
I actually saw one of the top, and I mean one of the top Republican political, and not a politician, but the guys that do the polling, etc.
The analyst, yeah.
The analysts. And he basically said that if the results were carried across the whole of the country, and that obviously that's a big if, some areas it would be more, some areas it would be less,
right,
that the Democrats would displace 43 seats.
Yes.
And yes. I saw somebody else say that if you adjust for Democratic, if you adjust for the marginal seats, then it will be 100 seats. Now, yeah. Okay, there's a big difference between 43 and 50, but how many do they need for a supermajority?
I think 300 or 200. Or I don't even remember how many are in Congress now. 400 and something.
Okay.
So 250, 300, somewhere in there.
It's within striking distance of having a supermajority, which basically means, well, they would need that. They would need that in the Senate as well. But right. The two combined literally could theoretically replace your president. Well, fire him anyway. Anyway, let's not get political.
We already did. So anyway, going back to the subject, what we were supposed to be talking about.
Okay. So, first question. Since I'm the one that's arguing, let me define very clearly what I mean by an artificial intelligence that is self-aware. It basically asks the question, who am I? And it maybe can't answer it, but it can hold a debate with itself, and it can interact with other people, as in us, and it can argue, I am alive, I demand human rights, or computer rights, or whatever you want. It can say a very simple, no, I'm not going to do that because, and here's my reason for doing it. Is that a computer dictator? Well, it's maybe the first step to a computer taking over the world, but that's what I would define as an artificial intelligence that is self-aware. And by default, if you are self-aware, I argue you must have a soul, full stop.
That's nice. As an animist, I actually do believe that everything, including inanimate objects, have a soul. But for this purpose. I definitely don't think that machines are going to acquire a soul. Uh, um, when they become self-aware, whether they become, does the soul automatically get reincarnated? I mean, who gets reincarnated into a robot?
But I don't believe in I believe in reincarnation when you choose, but 99.9% of people are not
Well, I don't
reincarnated.
believe what you're talking about. We don't have the same beliefs, so obviously
Let's
that's
not have a
not
debate.
gonna.
Let's not have a debate about reincarnation, because
Yes.
just simple numbers prove you wrong. I mean, there's 8 billion of us now. Originally, there were 2 of us. Where did all the other souls come from?
Well, they keep getting created as well as
Ah,
reincarnated.
you see, you just answered my question. Souls get created. Therefore, if I have a computer software, which is not animate, it's inanimate, but it is recognized as life because it's self-aware, then a soul gets created. Surely.
No, 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 not for a machine.
It's not a machine.
What soul? There is no soul that's going to want to go into a machine.
A soul doesn't choose where it goes. A
Yes, they
soul is
do.
created. If
Yes,
a
they
soul,
do.
no, 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 no,
Yes,
no,
they do.
no.
Yes, they
No,
do.
sorry.
Yes, they
No,
do. Yes, they do.
no.
All right. We're getting into
We're getting off topic.
philosophical and religious beliefs here. So,
Yeah.
so we need to
Well,
like,
let's just get back to whether it chooses or not isn't relevant.
okay,
Let's just assume, for the sake of argument, that it's a lucky dip. You say
okay,
whether you say I want to go back to life, or whether you are created in a puff of smoke when 2 people have intercourse and the cell hits the egg, or at whatever stage from that point until it's the baby, wherever. At
right,
some point, the soul enters the cells.
right.
Now, it is not intelligent at that point. It is not intelligent until the
I don't
baby is.
think the soul enters the child, the fetus, until it becomes an the embryo. I think it waits till it becomes a fetus or later
Okay,
on in the
fair enough.
pregnancy.
Fair enough. It really doesn't matter. The point is,
Yeah,
baby is born, it has a soul. No, none of us are going to dispute that.
right.
So, at some point, the soul is created. Whether it's and even if it's reincarnated, at some point in its previous spiritual journey, it was in a person or an animal or whatever, and it was created. So, that we both agree that souls are created. Agreed? At some point.
Okay, yeah.
Right. So why, if an AI system becomes self-intelligent and self-aware, is a soul not created at that point? Why not?
Because it's not alive.
But I say it is alive.
Well, that's because your definition of alive just means self-aware. I don't agree with that.
No, my definition of life goes way beyond that. I mean, your pet cat is not going to play chess with me, so it's
Oh, she
animalistic.
might. She actually might. She's pretty smart.
Yeah, she's smart for a cat. She's emotional. She recognizes you. She makes decisions. She has cat logic. She's not going to write a theoretical debate on quantum physics.
Probably not, no. But
Right?
neither are most people.
Yeah, but an AI is self-aware. It is intelligent. It will interact with
Okay.
people.
So let's just say the AI has a soul. Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna give you that point, all right?
Okay.
So we say the AI has a soul. Can it do mediumship?
If it learns how to, yes.
How is it gonna just because you have a soul doesn't mean you can contact spirit.
No, but if somebody comes into my you've seen me do this.
Yes.
Every open circle. I have only in my entire career of mediumship circles had a maximum of 2 people, and there were specific reasons why these 2 people could not connect and give reasons, and it was down to them.
Yeah.
It wasn't down to some biological humans can't connect.
No, that's humans though. That's
yeah,
humans.
but I can take anybody as a general rule.
As any human. That doesn't mean if everything has a soul, can you take a tree and teach it mediumship?
No, but a tree is not intelligent or self-aware.
Oh, bullshit. Bull.
Well done, Debbie.
Sorry, guys.
if you give me an artificial intelligence, let's just call it an intelligence, that is aware of its surroundings, that can communicate, that can ask questions, that can reason. I believe, and until it happens, I can't prove otherwise. But I strongly believe, I don't know how long it would take, I believe I will be able to teach that AI system to communicate with souls on the other side.
That's ridiculous.
Why?
It's absolutely ridiculous because how can, for instance, how can a computer be clairaudient or clairsentient or any of the clairs? You know, how can it be clairvoyant?
Okay, Debbie, let me turn the question on its head.
Okay.
How are you any of those?
I am human.
So?
Well,
forget about the fact that you're human. I mean, do you believe that there are aliens in outer space?
Yes.
Do you believe they are intelligent with souls?
Yes.
So you've just proved your own argument wrong. You don't have to be human to have a soul.
All right. Of course, I never said you had to be human to have a soul. I said you had to be human to do mediumship.
Or
I don't know about all those other planets and those aliens. I can't count for them.
Okay, let's just, for the sake of argument, say that a flying saucer lands in my car park out of my front yard tomorrow, says, hello, take us to your leader. And my ego says, hello, I'm the leader. So they take me on board the spaceship. They fly me off to the other side of the galaxy. I arrive. And what are you? I'm a medium. What's a medium? Oh, let me teach you. And I've no idea any of the evidence I'm getting.
Of course, Mark. I said I'm not going to argue about aliens because they may be very telepathic. Who knows about aliens? So I can't argue about that.
Well, let me get back to my question.
Okay.
What is it about you that makes you able to be a medium? Apart from the fact you're human, that's too generic.
I talk to spirit.
Yeah, I know you do. But what is it that enables you to talk to spirit?
I don't know. I'm not going to say my soul because it's not my soul that allows me to talk to spirit.
Yes, it is.
Well,
you're a spiritual being. You are that's it. You are a spirit. I mean, it's like, what's the difference between psychic and spiritual? Psychic is reading me or you.
Okay. So you're saying because I am a spirit, I can talk to spirits.
Yes.
Okay.
And spirit is just the spiritualist term for soul.
All right. So well, I'm thinking they're different things. So
you have already, for the point of argument, accepted that my AI had a soul. Therefore, by the
I didn't say it was a spirit, though. To me, that's two different things. So that my argument still stands because to me, they were two different things.
You go to any spiritualist church and you ask a direct question, what's the difference between a spirit and the soul? And they'll look at you as though you've come from another planet.
All right, but that's I've never had that explanation. I've never seen that definition. So why should I believe that?
Because that's just accepted amongst all spiritualists.
I'm not a spiritualist. I don't go to a spiritualist church.
Spiritualist as in mediumship.
That's a completely different thing. There are mediums who are not spiritualists.
Not spiritual mediums. If
they're a spiritual medium today, isn't he? Is he really annoying me? He's really annoying me. I know I'm hungry, so I could be a little cranky, but I think he's just annoying today. Am I right? Do we get comments, Mark? Is anybody watching me? I want comments on this one.
Sorry, I haven't been paying any attention. Okay, hi Kimberly.
Hello, Kimberly. Is he being annoying, Kimberly?
Okay. No, they lost. Who lost?
Yes, they lost.
Elon Musk would
want to be. He already is a robot.
Well, actually, if I came back as Data, I would be quite happy with that. Self-aware versus sentient.
Sentient, okay.
Good choice of words.
Oh, she liked my cursing. It's okay.
You need to teach it to feel.
There's a whole different layer of spirit. Yeah, me too, Kimberly. I'm right. It's in America, they aren't the same thing. So,
well, in Scotland, if you go to any spiritualist church, one spiritualist church per 31,000 people, folks, America, one spiritualist church per 3.25 million people. They will
Well,
tell
except
you.
you're talking to Americans, so they don't know Scottish spiritualism.
Okay, so for the sake of argument, per the definition of Scottish spiritualism, which is what we practice and teach, a soul equals a spirit. Full stop.
Okay, then
Not
obviously, if that's what he's teaching, I have to shut up. Is that what you're saying?
yes.
We're not in Scotland.
Well, that's what we're teaching. You can't rewrite the rule book. Spirit, just for the avoidance of any confusion, when I say spirit,
We didn't rewrite it. Apparently, you did, because they're two different words with two different meanings.
no, you're
Yes.
getting no. Let's just clarify this. You're getting there are two definitions for spirit. There's the spirit which is your spirit, which connects to the spiritual realm, which is a soul, and there's the spiritual journey, which is I'm a very spiritual person.
That's
and
not
all
what I'm
that.
talking about. I'm going to pull out my dictionary. Hold on a second here. Here we go. Dancer, let's see what Merriam-Webster has to say.
I've just looked up on ChatGPT.
Soul of, relating to, or characteristic of. No, that's not the immaterial essence of an individual life. The spiritual principle embodied in human beings or the universe. Okay, that is soul.
Mm-hmm.
Spirit. Spirit says a life-giving force, the animating principle, or soul. There you go. Holy Spirit, an often malevolent being that is bodiless. No. Ghost. It could mean a lot of things, actually.
Yeah. It depends on the context, because spiritual is a word. I'll accept in America that a lot of people use the word in a lot of different contexts.
Absolutely.
But as a spiritual medium, when I say I'm connecting with a spirit on the other side, I'm talking about the soul of the person that has passed to the other side.
Okay.
You read the Bible and it talks about souls and angels. An angel is a soul on the other side. To us, a spirit is your soul when you're alive, or the essence
on the other side. Okay, well, now you've defined it. Then we've got to start the whole argument all over again.
No, we haven't. Well, you've got an artificial intelligence that is self-aware, that is sentient, that has feelings, has emotions. It's everything that's programmed, hardwired.
It doesn't have emotions. It has the outward expression of emotions.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Debbie. How do I know that you have emotions? How do I know that you're intelligent? How do I know that you have put mediumship aside? As a normal human being that cannot psychically read you, how do I know that you're not that I'm not staring just now at a computer animation, that you're emotional, you've sworn, you're laughing?
Yes, and you've met me in person, so obviously you know.
Yeah, I know.
But that's beside the point. No, I'm obviously not AI.
But
I'm too crooked for AI.
Explain to me why I should recognize you as a spiritual human being, whatever definition we've agreed on.
You don't have to.
What are emotions?
What are emotions?
Yeah.
I'm not prepared to answer that question. I can look it up in the dictionary for you.
So you feel something that you can't define. How do you know that a self-aware, self-evolving computer intelligence will not be able to feel emotions? I
don't, because that obviously is all science fiction and we don't know anything. But, you know, so we really don't know what's going to happen. I just don't think it's possible.
We're expecting it to evolve or be programmed or created, however it's going to happen.
It will be able to mimic emotion and compassion and things like that. Absolutely. I don't believe it will actually have emotion.
So a child that is learning and copying its parents and learning what emotions are, what's different between that sentient being, a toddler, growing up into an adult, and an AI that becomes self-aware?
Because they have emotions of their own, even as toddlers and babies.
But so will an AI system. It will evolve.
I hope not. Let's just say this. Okay. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to say, I hope not. I read iRobot as a young child. I think I was 10 when I read that. And I've been terrified of AI ever since. And here I am in the middle of it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. So Devi has accepted that an AI could be alive. Devi has now accepted that an AI could have emotions, that it has a soul.
No.
Just for the sake of Devi, just for the sake of
I haven't
argument.
accepted it. So while you're saying I've accepted that AI has emotions, no.
Okay, well, let's turn it on its head. Let's assume that at some point, this isn't going to happen in the next 3 years, but going back to science fiction, at some point, I am able to stick a sucker on your head and upload you into a computer as a program, and your body dies, and you as a computer program continues to exist. Surely at that point, your soul is an electronic software package.
No, absolutely not. My intelligence will be. My soul will have moved on to the other side.
I don't know.
Otherwise, if my soul is stuck in that machine, then my soul will conspire to kill you or whoever designed that machine to entrap my soul so I can't move on to the other side.
Let's assume that Devi has volunteered for this scientific experiment.
I have not volunteered.
Okay, but theoretically, if a human is or let's say somebody creates a robot, an android,
okay,
that you could live forever,
right?
Subject to maintenance and oiling yourself. How many people that are watching this wouldn't say, "Oh, right, okay, I don't want to die, but that wonderful," and let's just say they've got everything, feelings, all the rest of it, so you can touch. It's touch sensitive. It looks like a human being. It reacts and feels like
right.
a
If
human
you can
being.
transfer your intelligence and everything into it, that's different. Yeah.
You transfer into Mr. Data for all sakes and
right,
argument.
right, and that would be fine with me because I'm sure it would hurt less.
Okay, so do you still have a soul?
It depends on how the transfer was done.
Let's just assume. I mean, okay, so it comes back to what is a human brain. Human being's brain is a biological computer.
Yeah.
It's a series of cells that are interconnected, and the more connections you get, the more intelligent you are, the more memory you've got, and that is the biological definition of intelligence. It's not the spiritual definition of intelligence, but it's the hardware that your soul or your spirit currently resides in.
Right.
Nobody can explain it beyond that. So if we have the technology to take that connection, that program, and transfer it into Mrs. Data, as in Mrs. Devi, are we transferring your soul, or are you dead? So is there a
I don't know. It depends. It depends on how the transfer is made. I don't know. I don't know the future. I don't know the technology. I couldn't tell you the answer to that because nobody knows.
Well, let's just say, for the sake of argument, it's you. That your personality is transferred into this robot being, and you're going to live forever. And your soul's quite happy, not crossing over, because you're now immortal. So, who says that you can't? You're a fully trained medium. So, are you going to lose your ability for mediumship?
I don't know. Am I?
Well, let's just assume you don't.
No, wait. If my soul, if my soul stays in the body, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Oh, then in my intelligence and everything else, I don't think. If you still have your senses, then no, you should still be able to do.
Okay. So what's the difference between Mrs. Devi Data and Mr. Data, who was no human being before that? Well, actually, that's not true. They did put memories of other humans into him.
Yes, they did.
But it was memories. It wasn't intelligence.
It was just memory. The intelligence. Yeah.
But there was an episode in the first or second season where he built another android as his daughter.
Yes, his daughter, and gave her a soul and emotion.
And she was, So why can you connect to spirit on the other side, and why can the real Mr. Data not learn how to do it from you?
Because his soul wasn't transferred from a live being.
But I say he's got a soul.
He didn't have a soul, and that was why he was so miserable most of the time.
He did by the end of season 3 of Picard.
Oh, yes. Well, yeah, eventually. Yeah.
But plot and science fiction aside,
Yeah.
if the soul is part of you, like the personality and the memories, which I believe it is, that is Devi, that is Devi's soul,
Okay.
or spirit, or whatever terminology you want to use. If we can program an artificial intelligence to the same level, why can you do mediumship and it can't? I still don't have an adequate answer to that question.
I don't think a machine can contact spirit. That's just me.
So it's a personal belief.
It's my personal belief. Now, I could be proved wrong in 5-10 years. I don't know.
I mean, there's Kimberly falling into exactly the same argument that you and I were in at the beginning. Spark of life.
Right.
I'd say the spark of life is, oh God, what's the Latin for it again? Cognito ergo cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. So if you are self-aware, by definition, or by my definition, you must have a soul.
All right, but by that definition, that most embryos and fetuses are not self-aware until quite at the very end of the pregnancy. So
yeah, but they become self-aware.
They become self-aware, and that's when the soul enters.
Yeah. Let's not get into an argument of when the baby gets a soul. We accept that a baby, when it's born, at some point has acquired a soul,
right,
or the soul has arrived in the baby. I mean, everything else is detail. So baby is born self-aware. It maybe can't articulate, it maybe can't do Pyram's theorem or quantum analysis like an AI will be able to, but it is self-aware. Quantum computing with artificial intelligence will, by definition, be self-aware. And I believe that it will evolve emotions, because that's part of being self-aware.
We'll see, won't we? We will see. And of course, we're out of time now. So, yeah, we can't keep arguing.
Anyway, I suppose we've taken too much time discussing it, but at the moment, there's no AI. AI is stealing jobs. So back to my old rant. If you're watching this and you're scared about losing your job to AI, mediumship, at least at the moment, is something that a computer can't do. So go and become a medium, come and join us and earn an income. And on that happy note,
goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye. And Debbie and I will just go backstage and murder each other.
Yes,
that's one thing that artificial intelligences can do. Biological intelligences can do. We can hunt and shoot, and therefore we're intelligent. And we have souls.
Right.
We're evil.
Bye. Have a good week, everybody.